Yeah, hi. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, why am I on video instead of in person? And the answer to that is because I had to leave 6:30 this morning to be sure that I can get to Shreveport for 4 o'clock afternoon meeting. And the reason for that is our flights get canceled half the time. This is the saga of Cassio's Road Warriors. So about 6 months ago, I'm headed home, and it's nice and early. It's a Friday. I got out at 9 o'clock. My wife said, Frank, come on home. We'll have a good time. We'll make dinner on Saturday night. We'll go to Truluck's in Old Naples, piano bar with friends. Saturday, out on the boat, little sunset sail. Life's going to be great. Good, Frank. Frank heads out. I go out to the airport. Before I even hit the airport, I get 2 emails in a row. My flight's delayed. I know what that means. The Casio rules, they lie in 20-minute increments. I said, this flight's doomed. It's canceled already. I call my Delta agent. She tries to schedule me a flight out of Monroe, but I also know to check the inbound flights due to another Casio rule, and Monroe is actually closer to Atlanta. There's a storm headed that way. I'm not going down that easily. So I head west, I do U-turn, I go to Dallas. On the way there, I reschedule my flight. I'm a pro, in the air, George Clooney. By the time I get to Dallas, that flight's canceled. No problem. Hand on the wheel, I'm at the departure ramp, cell phone in the other hand, calling the agent. I'm headed to Houston. I am going home this weekend. I rescheduled a flight there. On the way down to Houston, I'm getting a first class upgrade. Life is good again. We're going to be in sunny Florida in no time. It'll be fine. I get to Houston, I get on the plane, right? It's great, except for one little detail. We're out on the runway, and they realize just about the time they're going to take off that the landing gear isn't going to go up. So we are not going up. The plane is staying down, and we go back, we deplane. The problem with that is it's about an hour and a half later, and now when I get off that plane, there is another Delta flight to Atlanta. And now I'm faced with the possibility of spending my weekend in Houston. Nice town, like Houston, but don't want to be there. So how am I going to get home? So they come up with a suggestion for me to take a United flight. I said, a United flight? They said, yeah, sure, it's no problem. The seats might not be a first class, but we'll get you to Atlanta. Another Casio rule, get as far as you can when you can. I signed up for that. All right, so when I'm in row 50C, which is exactly opposite the door to the head in the back of this plane, I realized it was really not the great trade for first class, but you know, Delta's got clean bathrooms. I got a chance to look at the inside of one about 20 times on the flight to Atlanta. I get to Atlanta, no flight home. Dinner at the piano bar with drinks and friends is now transformed into a night at the Atlanta Hartsfield Marriott, in-room dining, 1:30 in the morning. Okay, so that was good. Hamburgers and French fries is one of my favorite meals. And I'm talking to the agent again and now rebooking the flight to try and get home. But they say there's no flight home from Atlanta to Fort Myers until 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So that's not going to work. So I come up with a great solution. I'll say I'll fly into Fort Lauderdale, I'll rent a car, I'll drive across the state, not a problem. I'm going home, sunset, on the Gulf of Mexico, here I come, right? No. I get the 1 o'clock flight out of Fort Lauderdale. I arrive in Fort Lauderdale, but now my luggage never makes the trip. We get in 2 hours late. I get on my car and I'm driving home. And somewhere around the time the sun was setting on that Saturday, I remember thinking that how come I'm in the middle of Alligator Alley at 7 o'clock at night in a rental car instead of on a boat in the Gulf of Mexico. Somehow this thing was not getting to be fair. So I make it home. I don't have a suitcase yet. My belongings are in it. I call the airlines. They say no problem. We'll get it over to the Naples to Fort Myers Airport. You can pick it up on Sunday. So that's what I did. I went to Fort Myers Airport to go pick it up. And at that point, some nice, obviously satisfied baggage agent officer said, you know, we did Mr. Lamort a favor. We just found his bag here. We realized that there was a truck going back to Fort Lauderdale. We just got it on it, so he'll be able to go pick up his bag in Fort Lauderdale in about 30 minutes. I said, great, except that I'm Dr. Lamorte, and I'm here. So now I rescheduled my flight, got back in my rental car, drove all the way back to Fort Lauderdale, and left Sunday night just in time to get to Shreveport 9 o'clock and make it for the after dinner hour in-room dining for like the second or third night in a row. It was good. Hamburgers and French fries 2 nights in a row. I really get to enjoy it like that, and it was a good time. And I hope I never have to do that again. Thanks.